Hello out there, folks. Here we are in R-Factor 2, and I am absolutely over the motherfudging moon because something has just happened which has just made my day. So here I am in the Mini, the official Mini Cooper that you can buy for R-Factor 2. It's paid DLC. And I'm going to take it out for a drive and explain why I am so happy. Now, do you own this car, which came out nearly 2 years ago? And also this relates to the Caterham as well, which is free, but also came out about 10 years ago. I've got a stop penalty for speeding in the pit lane there, but I don't care because it doesn't matter for this video. So, have you owned the Mini, or have you got the Caterham, and have you been frustrated ever since they came out? Because basically, these cars use H-pattern stick shifts, but they don't work like H-pattern stick shifts ever since they were released. So in a H-pattern stick shift, unlike a sequential, you can skip shift. So in a sequential, if you're going down the gears, you've got to go fourth, third, second, and then first to get to first. But in a H-pattern car, you can skip shift. So let's get back up to speed. So you can miss out gears. So for example, if I change up to fourth here, and I slow right down, get the revs low, and I want to then change down to fourth, or rather second, missing out third, well, you just can't do it because the gearboxes in these cars don't work properly, and for some reason it confuses it, and it will then just go into neutral. If you try and skip shift from fourth to second, it'll just put the car in neutral. Not anymore! So here we are, we're in fourth gear. I'm going to keep the revs low because I don't want to blow the engine. And I'm going to go straight to second. Here we go, fourth gear, second gear. There we go. In fact, let's slow right down. Fourth gear, all the way down to first, and we're in first. So for the first time in nearly 2 years since I got these cars, I can now drive them as they were intended. They are finally fixed, but not by the developers, not by Studio 397 themselves. They have actually been fixed because I have brought this problem up countless times on the forums and been ignored. Until just this week, someone on the forums with the name RedAGP, or spell REDAGP, said, "I'll fix that for you." And he's gone away and created a file, one for each car, the Caterham and the Mini, and within a few hours came back and went, "There you go, download these." And I shall leave a link to his site so you can download these fixes as well, and you can no longer be frustrated. You will be able to skip shift in these cars. Within a few hours he's fixed it. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but before I do, it does bring up another issue. Now I know Studio 397 are busy with LMU at the moment, Le Mans Ultimate, but I was told by one of the actual members of the MSG team that, because when I asked why this hadn't been fixed in nearly 2 years, they said, well, if it was an easy fix, it would have been done by now. That's not true though, is it? Because this guy has just gone off for a couple of hours, come back, and it's fixed. So blatantly it is. And I've always had a love-hate relationship with R-Factor 2 because it is fantastic, but as a customer, I felt pretty short-changed many times when there have been blatant problems which completely destroy the function of a car or track and make it in some cases unusable. And I've mentioned these faults. I've paid for the content and then discovered it later, so I can't, refund or anything like that. I will make several posts over years on the forums and nothing gets done. So whilst we're on this topic, before I show you how to apply this fix, I'm going to just show you a couple of the other problems with cars that I've bought and tracks that I want fixed. So let's go to problem number one. Okay, problem number one. So here we are, and we're back at Donington in the Radical. This is the SR3XX. That is the paid DLC Radical, the XX, not the original SR3, which is free. So this is bought and paid for, and this is nearly 4 years old now. Okay, and I have mentioned this so many times on the forums, just been ignored. So this car, bought and paid for it, and it's absolutely fine every way until you drive it in the wet. Let me show you. So here we go. Once, like I said, it's been 4 years now. Did you hear any tyres there as I span out of the pits? The problem with this car is that it's fine until you drive it in the wet. Once you drive it in the wet, the tyre sounds completely disappear. They don't change because it's wet, so it's different sound than what you get in the dry. They completely disappear. So if I spin up my wheels, you should be able to hear the tyres. There, nothing. So also, if you brake, I'm sliding around the corner there a bit, and you can't hear it, the tyres. If I brake and skid, I can't hear my tyres looking up. There's no tyre sounds. This car's bought and paid for, 4 years old, and there's no tyre sounds. That cannot be a difficult fix. So, you know, Studio 397, Motorsport Games, keep doing what you're doing, you know, good luck with LMU, but please, could you fix this? Because I've been asking for nearly 4 years. Okay, let's go to problem number 2. Okay, so here we are back at Donington, this time in a storm, because this car has also got a little bit of a problem with the wet, and again, this is a paid DLC car. It is the Aston Martin GT3, and this problem that it has doesn't just occur in this car, it occurs in several of the GTEs and also the GTEs. To illustrate that problem, I'm just going to take it out here, try not to stall the engine. So you can see it's raining cats and dogs out here. So I'm just going to let the windscreen, I'm going to drive around for a bit, or just hang around, let the windscreen get really wet. And then it's going to be hard to see, so I'm going to cure that problem by turning the wiper on. Only I'm not going to cure it completely because the wipers are a bit broken. So that's quite wet now, it will get wetter. Here we go, here's the wiper coming on. And look, the wiper is not doing a full semicircle. So the bit where I'm looking through the screen is still covered in raindrops, making it quite hard to see because the wiper is not coming all the way down to the bottom of the screen in a full semicircle. It's kind of, I don't know, a third of a semicircle there. That's not what happens in the real car. The wiper actually works and clears a bit of the screen you're looking for. This has got to be a really simple fix. So I have mentioned this plenty of times on the forums. Please, please, devs, please just sort this little fix out. I know you're busy with LMU, but please. Okay, on to the last problem. Right, so here we are at Croft. Another bought and paid for track, which is, well, this has been out about, what, a year, something like that. I love this track, but I can't really use it for a race with pit stops against the AI. Because there's a big problem when the AI, I've set up a race here, so it's gone from dry to wet. So the AI are now pitting to change their tyres. I'm going to speed it up. Watch what happens when the cars start coming out of the pits. So let's see. I've just got to. I'm just advancing the time here. So here they are. They're starting to come out. But now we've got the rest of the field starting to come around. We're going to have to wait a bit longer to see this. More cars going into the pits. The cars that have already changed their tyres are now coming round. So, right, okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. So, there's an AI leaving the pit. Bang. Straight away. That's 3 cars totaled. 4. This just happens every time. So, I cannot use this for anything other than online racing. Racing against the AI here with pit stops just doesn't work out because this happens. So could we get a fix for this, seeing as it's bought and paid for, please? I'd like to really enjoy this track. I don't say all this because I'm, you know, just want it to have a go. I love R-Factor 2. I just want it to work. So, right, anyway, that's enough of the problems. Let's get down to how to do the fix for the Mini and the Caterham. So this is how you install the fix. You come to this site here. This is REDAGP's site, or Chris rather, and I've got to say once again, thank you very much, sir. You have been incredibly helpful, and just thank you for this fix. You've made my day. There's lots of interesting little things on this site, but the ones you'll want is you download the Caterham Academy modification here for your H shifter, and also the Austin Mini Cooper file is here. Once you have downloaded them, I've already downloaded them and I've put them in this temporary folder just here, you'll have two files. Sorry if the writing on my screen's a bit small. You'll have two files which are both RFCMP files. Now you're going to want to put them in your R-Factor folder, and I've got a shortcut to my R-Factor folder on my desk here, or my desktop. But if you haven't got a shortcut, I shall show you where to find your R-Factor folder. So let's cut those out of this folder. So you'll go to your local disk, whichever your local disk is, mine's C, program files x86, down to Steam, then navigate to Steam apps, and then common, and there's your R-Factor 2 folder. So we go into the R-Factor 2 folder and we want to go to packages, and you simply just paste them in there. Now they are now in the correct folder. So what we're going to do next is open up R-Factor 2 and install them. So here we are in R-Factor 2. We're going to navigate to content and settings, then down here to manage content. Okay, now I've already installed these, so they should be in here. What you'll want to do is, let's just see if I can find them first. Let's see, vehicles. So, oh, we can search actually for one of them. Let's go for the Caterham. There we go. So Caterham Academy 1.1 Shift. That's already installed on mine, but if you've not got it installed, what you want to do is click the little box there and then click install, but because I've already got it installed, I don't have that option. I can only uninstall. But that's all you need to do, and then you will have working gears. And once again, thank you very, very much, Chris. I shall leave a link to his website in the description of this video. And I hope you now can go out and enjoy driving the Caterham, and both the Caterham and the Mini with properly working gearboxes. Hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like. Helps immensely towards the upkeep of the channel. All the best. Happy sim racing.